100 units being converted in an old office building. Now you're probably thinking like, that takes years and years of planning permission, design. No. I'm glad we're all here. We have got a super site visit here today. A lot of people who are doing a lot of scams out there in terms of why you can't do certain things. So we've got to be really clever and savvy when we're doing our strategies. So
most of the builders, most of the flats you will see, they would have acrylic filming on it rather than painted. Painted costs around 60 to 70% more.
You're not a quality investor. Yeah, that's right. Do you know why? Because on your fuse board. But this site cost around about $1 million.
Go book now, Shoreland site.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we've got a brilliant one. 100 units. Yes, you heard right. 100 units being converted in an old office building. Now you're probably thinking like, that takes years and years of planning permission, design. No, this guy actually bought it and got planning within 56 days. Why? Because this is under a PD rule called MA class. And today we're going to find out how he's converted all of these, how the structure is all been laid out in terms of bridging costs, finance costs, do we get investor money, do we need deposits ourselves, all the health and safeties. How this developer has actually ended up spending more money purely because he wanted better fire safety systems, better systems that help cut off the electric in case there could be a spark, or even eradicate things like mold and damp. So let's go, and can't wait for this site visit. I'm glad we're all here. We have got a super site visit here today. Honestly, really privileged to be with this gentleman. He's shown a lot of love since I met him off TikTok. That's how we connected. But that's energy, you know, sometimes. You right place, right time. And I'm sure he wouldn't have given me his number if he didn't think I was the right person as well. I mean, as you know, on social media, there's a lot of people who are doing a lot of scams out there, scamming people. And that's the main thing that we had in common, is we hated people being scammed at a hard-working money. And then for someone just to go, yeah, I'm just a marketer, Ponzi scheme, I'm ripping people up. And yeah, it's great to meet somebody who's not fully on social media themselves. But this is a very safely regarded contact of ours, but he's been, you know, kind enough to share his project with us. Everybody wants to make money in property, and it's getting harder and harder. The governments are making it harder. We thought Labour coming in might make, you know, it even easier to build more, but they're just putting a lot of more stipulations, a lot of more regulations in terms of why you can't do certain things. So we've got to be really clever and savvy when we're doing our strategies. So but this site cost around about $5 million. I only needed $2 million of own money, $3 million on a bridge, because everything was all agreed. The banks agreed to lend £11 million for this development, so the 16 million. But let's go and take a site visit now to see visually, because that's how I like to learn.
November 2024. So this will remain as it is. We change the entrance tiles, plus the walls would be, just would be a much nicer work. We have the lift here. On the ground floor, 8 units. First floor and second floor, 10 units each. Once there was some water which pours in 6 months to 8 months, it gives away and it will come off. So most of the builders, most of the flats you will see, they would have acrylic filming on it rather than painted. Painted costs around 60 to 70% more than the normal kitchen, but it lasts much longer. To open the doors, you will feel it is different, but it is a very minor detail which the end user read something very interesting yesterday. Cat and tiger, they're the same family. But if cat wants to be tiger, they need to stop chasing the rats. They need to go after the deer. Finding a deer in the forest is much easier than finding a rat. So doing a bigger property is much easier than doing a small property. That's how I have come, because the competition within the smaller properties is so intense and there is hardly any profit left because there's hardly easier to execute. So should you be more profit?
You're not a quality investor. Yeah, that's right. Do you know why? Because on your fuse board, you're still using normal RCBOs. What? Yeah, all of these breakers have a number on them. But you know what? If you use a breaker with AFDD on it, it actually shuts off electric in milliseconds. Have you ever plugged something into the socket and it's all of a sudden all the lights have gone off? That's because you have a breaker system here that cuts off. If you use RCBO, they normally take maybe a second. Paying about £70 more, you get an AFDD breaker that stops it in milliseconds, and that could be the potential of a place burning down or not, saving you thousands and stopping you contacting any insurance companies. If you want to learn more about this, join us on one of our site visits, a DME site visit, and I'll see you there.
Today I am at a site development in Fleet, brought by Sean Land development site visit. I saw him on Instagram the first time and I started following him, and I was given this opportunity to come and do a development site visit. It's a commercial to residential conversion. It's been a really, really insightful day. We've been able to have access to the development site. We were taken to different floors of the development. We've seen different stages of development completion process. We were taught about how to do costing for such project, how to look out to certain regulations that people may not really know about. All in all, it was absolutely insightful. It was inspirational. We got to meet one big developer who is the person who holds the freehold to this development site. It's been really a once in a lifetime opportunity, I think, and I got really inspired to go and do the same, but to do it sensibly and ethically. And I think what I learned today is that thinking about other people is always above profit making.
So today I'm here at the site visit with Sean Land. It was an incredible experience, actually, just to see firsthand how this commercial property can be turned into residential, into flats, and it's so good to see it firsthand. We are here with a great developer, and the good thing about it, what I realized is that I've learned so much today. The first thing would be I've learned the process, new strategies, the challenges that have been involved in the entire process. Yes, I feel like it was very insightful. I've gained so much information. I've learned so much.
Yes, site visits were quite interesting, and I learned a lot of things which very difficult to find in the books. So for me, it was quite informative. Perhaps I would recommend anyone, if you're thinking to do bigger projects, then that will save you lots of money.
It was really, really aspirational. I'm early in my journey, but I'm seeing what people are doing at this scale is phenomenal. I learned a lot about building controls, which I'm sure I'm going to bring into my own development project. Hope I can get a second visit when this is progressed more, and I heard there are more planning for more flat new build. Certainly I'll keep an eye on this project to see how much they can achieve in the end.
Hey everybody, just here to give a testimonial of Sean Land's site visit. I found it amazing. We went through quite a lot of the intrinsic details which actually are part of this whole project. I know a lot of people can get lost in the bigger frames and the bigger picture when it comes to things, but we learned quite a lot of things throughout this whole time.
Would you recommend the site visit to other people to come along?
Well, definitely, yeah.
I would totally recommend as well to anybody that's interested to see a project like this.
Definitely would recommend Sean to all those people which are watching, because you don't just learn one side of things, you learn everything holistically. So go book now, Sean Land's site visit.
I would recommend this to anybody who is interested in property, especially in the commercial space. You will learn, I think it will be even much better than to go on a course, because you will get hands-on experience and practical experience and understanding how this industry works, and also what to watch for in terms of pitfalls and things to be wary about and regulations to know, and extremely, extremely educational. Thank you.